Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Daniels, and today we're going to read another ninja book by Mary Nin, and this one is called Anxious Ninja. Have you ever heard the word anxious before? Maybe you have heard it and you don't know what it means, but I'll best bet you could make a really good guess from looking at the picture. What do you think anxious means? How does that ninja on the cover of this book look? Did you say worried or nervous? Because both of those are really good words to use to describe the feeling of being anxious. So before I start reading, I want you to think about a situation in your life that has made you feel anxious or nervous or worried. And then keep that situation in your mind because you're going to learn some strategies that you can use if that situation comes up again or another situation that makes you feel anxious. And you'll learn what you can do to feel less anxious. So let's dig in. Anxious Ninja. And there's a dedication right here. This book is dedicated to my children, Mikey, Kobe, and Jojo. Our anxiety doesn't come from thinking about the future. It comes from wanting to control. So sometimes people get anxious because they don't always have control of a situation. And that's something that everybody, even grown-ups, need to learn how to manage. Anxious Ninja just needed to make it over the hill to win. He ran and ran until he reached the finish line. First place. Positive Ninja came in second and said, "You're gonna crush it this weekend at the Ninja Warrior Race." And here he is saying, "Great job." But that was the problem. When it came to practice, no one could touch Anxious Ninja. He was the best. But when it was time for the actual competition, his hands would get sweaty, his heart would race, and his mind kept thinking about events he couldn't control. What if I lose? Will everyone think I'm a failure? When his mind drifted to winning or losing, his performance would start to sink, and his anxiety would cause him to underperform. So underperform means not perform as well as you know that you actually can. Gritty Ninja recognized the pattern. It's normal to feel anxiety. We all do. When I was training for the Ninja Warrior Triathlon, everyone expected me to win. And do you know what happened? Asked Gritty Ninja. I came in fourth because I let my anxiety affect my performance. Could I win? Would I win? I was thinking about things I couldn't control. But when I learned how to handle my anxiety, I performed better than ever before, cried Gritty Ninja. And here is a ninja saying, how did you learn to do that? And here is Gritty Ninja saying, I'll show you. When you get anxious, just remember the 3 R's method. Recognize when you are thinking about situations you can't control. So that's the first R. Recognize what the situation is that you can't control. Here's the second R. Relax by taking a few slow, deep breaths. Let's practice that for a minute. Go ahead and practice relaxing by taking a few slow, deep breaths. So the second R is relaxing. And here's the third R, refocus, with positive mantras like, everything will be okay as long as I try my best. And we talk about that all the time in school. All we expect from you, boys and girls, is that you're trying your best. That weekend at the competition, Anxious Ninja lined up with the other runners. He had one goal in mind. His focus was at an all-time high, and when the gun blasted, signaling the start of the race, Anxious Ninja felt good. As the race went on, he had a clear lead. But then, with only 2 turns of the race to go, his thoughts began to shift to the finish line. And here he is thinking, my mom and dad are going to be so proud of me. And then here comes the one that he can't control. But what if I lose? What will they say? Just then, he could hear other runners catching up to him. And just like that, he lost his lead. He needed to remember what Gritty Ninja taught him, and fast. What was it that his friend said? The 3 R's. Got it. Recognize, relax, refocus. He recognized and became aware of where his thoughts were. Here he is, thinking about the thoughts that he can't control, whether he's going to win or lose the race. He relaxed by taking several deep breaths. You remember what the final R is? He's got one left to do. Did you say refocus? Then he refocused all his energy on the present and what he could control, his effort. And here he is telling himself, work hard. Notice how he's not saying win. He's not putting that pressure on himself. He's just telling himself to try his best. Work hard, he repeated to himself. Work hard. He sounded like a broken record, but this was his mantra. And before he knew it, he cleared the finish line with flying colors. From that day on, Anxious Ninja still experienced anxiety, but the difference was now he knew how to control it instead of letting it control him. Remembering the 3 R's could be your secret weapon against anxiety. Recognize, relax, refocus. So before you click off the video, I want you to think about whatever situation you thought about at the beginning of the book that makes you anxious, and maybe talk to somebody at home about how you can use the 3 R's the next time that situation comes up, or any other situation that might make you anxious. How can you use these 3 R's to help you get through it? And then you can be just like Anxious Ninja.